Ladies and gentlemen, the President of National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences and Senior VP of the Daytime Emmy Awards, Bob Morrow and David Michaels.
Wow, that got my heart started.
Weren't ready for that.
Well, I want to first welcome everybody, and I want to wish you all it's not there, 40th anniversary. 40 years of doing anything is an awful long time, and I want to congratulate everybody in this room and certainly the chapter for achieving that milestone. With 19 chapters like this across the country, it is wonderful to see the work that comes out of these each and every year. And I've actually just passed my second-year anniversary, and I see some familiar faces, which I've said hi to, and I'm thrilled to be back again. But these shows aren't put on, easily. And Stacy is still backstage. They start with great leadership. And if Stacy could come out and get a good round of applause for his leadership and guidance, he is one of our best presidents that we have in this organization.
Thank you.
We also have two great trustees in Anne Marie Berger. Could she stand up? Back there. And Angie Weininger.
I guess over there. I don't know.
There. Without them, we as a national organization couldn't operate properly, and they give us the guidance and support that we absolutely need. I also, and I'll keep my comments really short, last week, actually 2 weeks ago, on the 21st, I'm going to embarrass a young lady who won the Mike Wallace Scholarship that happened to be from your community, who was up here earlier on the stage. But Jordan Elder, could you please stand up? So as John Paul said earlier, they will take our jobs. There's no question about it. But the great thing about this industry, it keeps us young, it keeps us intelligent, and it keeps us going and going and going. So I want to, I worked at CBS News for a long time, but great journalism starts at the roots of this country. And if I recall last year, a lot of the awards were given out for the Ferguson coverage, which was just absolutely amazing. Real journalism is really at the core and the roots of this country, and it's really at the local level, having worked in both. I congratulate all the nominees, all the Emmy winners tonight. Your work is excellent. Keep it up. We need it, and continue to do the great job. And now I want to introduce my partner in crime. He is the Senior Vice President of the Daytime Emmys, Mr. David Michaels.
Thank you. I am really thrilled to be here, and I am astounded by the hospitality. And I've gotten to meet a number of you last night and tonight. It's just been an amazing experience, including meeting some of the students, which is always the best for me. So, your work's amazing. I can't wait to see more of it. I want to, in advance, congratulate everybody in the room. Being nominated is a huge, big thing. You should all be very proud of yourselves. Now, I get a great job now. Our host, he began his career in broadcasting in television. He worked in Savannah, Georgia, Dallas, Philadelphia, and at CNN. He can be heard weekday mornings and on Saturdays on the morning mashup on Sirius XM Hits 1. Yeah! Love Sirius. His show is the #1 music show on all of Sirius's XM channels. And the morning mashup is one of the most listened to pop morning shows in the world. So with more than 250,000 fans on social media, his popularity also now transcends generations. He's had a long career in broadcasting, covering radio and television. And tonight, we are really, really, really lucky and proud to have him as our host of the 2016 Mid-America Emmy Awards. So ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure. Please help me welcome Stanley T.
Hello, 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 Branson! Woo! Oh my goodness. Okay, you know this is a long show, okay? So have faith and stay with me, all right? A lot of folks are here tonight to help make this night a success. And we're gonna be thanking them throughout the night, okay? But we would like to thank especially Branson. This city is amazing. I want to thank all the shows and all the businesses that helped us put out the red carpet tonight. And as you know, sometimes award shows run a little bit long, okay? So we want you to keep those acceptance speeches kind of brief. How about 30 seconds or less? Yes, now if several people win on an entry, we'd like just one of you to speak. And if the winner's not here, we'll just move on. Don't, I repeat, do not come up and accept for them, okay? They'll get their Emmy later. And now, I'm honored to kick off the 40th annual 2016 Emmy Awards by presenting the very first category. You ready? All right, let's get it. Okay, on camera talent, news anchor. Here are this year's nominees. Shirley Washington, KTVI, St. Louis, Missouri. Mike Marizars, KSHB, Kansas City, Missouri. John Holt, WDAF, Kansas City. Patrick Fazio, KSHB, Kansas City. Laura Moritz, KMBC, Kansas City. Mike Bush, KSDK, St. Louis. And Donna Terrell, KLRT, Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay. All right, I'm nervous. This is the first award of the night, okay? Let's see. Wow. And the Emmy goes to Mike Marizars, KSHB.
This song is about daytime lovemaking.
Firefighters in their 12th hour battling a large grass fire in Platte County, and their work is paying off now that fire under control. That fire burned at least 1,300 acres in Platte County. Let me show you where. Just across the Missouri River from Leavenworth, the fire really concentrated near 92 Highway, all the way south to 45 Spur. It also at one point spread east near Beverly, Missouri. That fire destroyed at least 2 to 3 buildings.
Okay, we'll make sure Mike gets that award. All right, let's do some introductions. On the music side, in the last 25 years, you've likely shuffled your feet, rocked to the beat, and bounced to the soundtrack of this guy. He's back for his 4th year in a row, DJ Andrew Mullins. And longtime St. Louis radio personality and professional travel writer, covering people across places, making America great. On the web, he's at BillOnTheRoad.com. The guy we found near the train tracks about an hour ago. Ladies and gentlemen, your announcer for the evening, it's Bill Clevin.
Thank you, sir. And the real difference between television and radio, people, you guys have nice tables there with candlelight, and the radio guy, they stick in a glass booth with a lock on it. So be glad you're on the better side of the media. All right, here we go. We continue now with the Emmy for continuing coverage. The nominees are On the Run, KCTV, Staying Positive Despite Devastation, KCTV, The Heroin Epidemic, KSDK, The Faria Murder Retrial, KTVI, Mizzou Racial Tension, KRCG, Columbia Jefferson City, and Firefighter Tragedy, KMBC. And the Emmy goes to Firefighter Tragedy, KMBC.
Okay, how to cover everything in 30 seconds. Well, first of all, I'll point out this tragedy took the lives of some of our beloved firefighters in Kansas City. But just a flashback, Todd Ullman, one of our photojournalists, was one of the first ones on the scene to say this is something very serious. Laura and Katz were on the desk that night and did a phenomenal job because we had to balance that between that and a Royals win. I've never seen it mastered or delivered in such style and professionalism in my career. So to this, my name was called out, but really that means if a news director's name is on it, there's too many people to name in covering a huge story like this. So congratulations to the KMBC team. Thank you very much.
And now for excellence in covering breaking news, the nominees are Manhunt Ends Weeks After Woman Found Locked in a Box, KSHB. Michael Brown Anniversary Shooting, KTVI. The devastating Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi flood, KNOE, Monroe, Louisiana. And Mosby Flooding, KCTV. And the Emmy goes to KTVI, Michael Brown Anniversary Shooting.
Thank you very much. This kind of breaks the cardinal rule of journalism, celebrating this award. It's never about us, but our reporters, Chris Hayes, Elliot Davis, and photographers Dave Sharp and Larry Washington actually risked their lives in covering the story because sadly the media has become all too much of a target lately. And it's harder more than ever to be diligent to try to tell the story. So thank you so much to the Academy. Thank you to Audrey Prywich, our news director, for believing in a sports guy from Chicago to cover this event. And is there anything you want to say on this behalf? Okay, thank you very much.
And these are the nominees for Spot News Coverage. Lee's Summit Tornado, KCTV. And 2 firefighters killed in apartment fire, KMBC. And the Emmy goes to KCTV, Lee's Summit Tornado. I guess we'll keep moving along. In the next category of Environment News Single Story Program Feature Segment, the nominees are Shaw Nature Reserve Flood Debris, 9 Network, St. Louis. Midwest Fungus Deadly Disease, KWQC, Davenport, Iowa. The Oil Train Pipeline, KTVI. Rustic Grain, KSDK. Making Their Mark, May Birmingham, University of Illinois. Toxic Town, KFSM, Fort Smith, Arkansas. And Shadow of Disaster, KSDK. And the Emmy goes to KTVI, the Oil Train Pipeline.
I just want to thank my right-hand man, Dave Sharp, who's been with me for 10 years, and Audrey Prywich, who's had faith in an investigative unit for that long. It's remarkable. Thank you.
All right, our first individual craft category is for writing for a program or program features. And the nominees are Heidi Glaus, KSDK. Kevin Brebner, Kansas City Chiefs. Philip White, Olathe, The City Beautiful 2, Inversion. Sue Stanley, Inside Pediatrics, Hurry Up and Wait, Episode 3, Season 2, Cool Fire Studios. Larry Foley, The First Boys of Spring, University of Arkansas. And Patrick Murphy, Where the River Runs, 9 Network. We have a tie in this category. So the first winner is Sue Stanley, Inside Pediatrics, Hurry Up and Wait, Cool Fire Studios.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Cool Fire and Inside Pediatrics and Children's Mercy Kansas City. Writing is a wonderful craft, but when you're inspired by sick children, it's hard not to put as much magic into it as you can muster. So thank you very much.
All right, as I mentioned, there was a tie in the category. The second winner is Larry Foley, the First Boys of Spring, University of Arkansas.
You know, I graduated from college in '76 when this whole thing started, and I've been waiting my entire career to write a script about baseball, and I finally did it. I had a great story, a great team, Jim Borden, Dale Carpenter's editing, Jim Greason's music, and the perfect narrator for this film, Billy Bob Thornton. Thank you.
And now for the nominees in the news writing category. Mike Bush, KSDK. Mike Colombo, KMOV. Paul Shankman, KTVI. And Steve Harris, KMOV. And we have another tie in this category. The first winner, Mike Bush, KSDK.
I just want to say when you get older, you feel very appreciative of how lucky you've been, and I've been very lucky to work at KSDK and get a chance to tell these stories. So I just want to say to the team, thank you very much.
All right, as I mentioned, there was a tie in the category, and the second Emmy goes to my friend here, Steve Harris. Congratulations.
I didn't prepare because I didn't expect to win this at all. It's just nice to throw it in. Mike Colombo, Paul, girl I used to work with, Ann Steven, said Shankman wins every year. These guys, yeah. So I really don't know what to say. I have something prepared for something else if I don't win that, so I guess maybe I should have gone on with this one. Anyways, people say if you don't win, what are you going to do? Well, I do win pretty much because it's a night away from the kids in a hotel room with my wife. So, yeah, you're right. You win and you celebrate. You lose, you know, she's got to make you feel better. So there you go. Either way, of course, from her reaction right now, I'm probably lost regardless. But I do have the GoPro. I'm going to do Emmy Cam on the way out of here. All right. Thank you, everyone. And thank God for blessing me with this. Thank you.
All right, here are the nominees in the category of on-camera talent, transportation, traffic. The nominees are Laura Hediger, KMOV-TV, and Stephen Myers, KTVI. And the Emmy goes to Stephen Myers, KTVI.
My name's not Steve. My name's Dave, and I work at Channel 2. I work with Steve. Unfortunately, Steve passed away from cancer earlier this year. And we are all here to celebrate Steve and show his family and his wife the support that they have from us. And that's our congratulations to him. I'm sure he's watching, but there's a couple things about Steve that you might want to know. Steve was a rabid Nebraska football fan. He loved his wife, Teresa, his daughters, and their family. And he was an avid electronic guy. He had to have the best TV and the best electronics that money could buy. And that's what made him him, and we loved him. He was honest, he was a gentleman. More importantly, he was a friend. So, to Steve, we say, congratulations. We love you, and you will be forever in our memory. Thanks.
In third grade, Steve Grant appeared on KY3's legendary children's show, and the rest is history. Steve cut his teeth reading high school announcements at Hillcrest High. At 15, his first job was at a radio station where his parents would take turns driving him to work. 42 years later, he's known for his versatility in finding, covering, introducing the interesting lives, greatest struggles, and best days of people across southern Missouri and northern Arkansas while anchoring the noon and 6 p.m. Over the years, his assignments have taken him to every city, town, and county in a vast viewing area. As a traveling correspondent, he has reported from New York, Washington, Hollywood, and Vatican City. Off camera, he's passed the catch-up to former President Nixon, prayed privately with Pope John Paul II, was bear-hugged by radio commentator Paul Harvey as a congratulations on his amazing TV ratings, and received prayer beads from the Dalai Lama in 2011. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Silver Circle recipient, Steve Grant.
Now I know what it feels like to be Mike Bush. I had suggested that perhaps Les Garland from MTV, our Lifetime Achievement honoree, could introduce me. You remember Garman? Yeah, well, the board said they'd like you home by Monday morning, so Les is not here. Well, look at this. Thanks be to God. And right after him, Pete Hershend. Pete is my longtime friend in Branson, and Pete took my phone call 3 years ago, and we are here because he did. Thank you, Pete. Thank you, KY3 General Manager Brian McDonough. Brian hadn't been in the front office very long, and one day he said to me, I know people know this is your broadcast home. We hope you're here a long time. With 600 witnesses in the room, thank you. Thank you, News Director Scott Brady, for your ongoing confidence and stamping my passport every day so I can be on the air when the on-the-air light comes on. Thank you to my alma mater, Evangel University, for parenting and affirming the call on my life. It is an honor to have Carol Taylor, the president, at the KY3 table, and also good friends who go back to our college days together. Thank you to a long list of colleagues who are here, past and present, who have reminded me that no one is successful on their own. From major stations and major markets, they continue to encourage and challenge me. Paul Harvey had angel, but I cannot find all the right words to thank the most special grace in my life. Stephanie's life-giving love, impeccable intuition, and wisdom sustained me, and she is the perfect antidote to television's twin addictions of high news ratings and applause. Maya Angelou said that the desire to reach for the stars is ambitious. The desire to reach hearts is wise. And so I share this special honor with the viewers who place their trust in KY3 News from well before dawn and way after dark, year after year, and generation after generation. I love being part of a station that is called a legacy by its admirers, because I believe the true and real measure of a station's value is its commitment to the community that it serves. All of us are now operating in the whitewater rapids of corporate television. It can be tough. So it occurs to me that after this election, and what happens in the future, from now on, we'll have to be not just journalists, but Methodists. Do all the good you can do by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, and all the viewers you can. And I know that you will, because your excellent work has brought you here tonight. As Mara would say, good night and good luck. Thank you.
Our next Emmy tonight is for Business Consumer News Story Program Feature Segment. And the nominees are, Farmers wait for resolution of broker bust, KARK. One Sad Horn, KMBC. Duped by disclosure, flip job cover-up, KY3T. Contact KY3 experiment, key copy app convenient for customers but could invade privacy, KY3TV. Fake cabbie, KTVI, KPLR. Bike bandits, KSHB. And trouble with TIFs, KSD. And the Emmy goes to Contact KY3 Experiment.
I grew up watching Steve Grant, so that was really cool. And then to be up here after him is really neat. This is my home. Thank you for having the Emmys here at home. I was just a kid growing up on the north side of town who grew up watching KY3, and so this means a lot. What also means a lot is about 10 years ago, I was one of those kids up here getting a scholarship. My high school media teacher is here tonight, Dave Davis, and my first boss, Stacy Wolfel, is here tonight as well. So just thank you so much for believing in kids.
All right, these are the nominees for Education Schools News Single Story. The nominees are I-Team, Living Large at College, Off to Page, WAND Decatur. Suicide Awareness in Schools, KSHB. Ferguson and Belleville Pen Pals Meet, KSDK. Ladue Demonstration, KMOV. Reinventing the Jennings Public School District, KTVI. Isolation Room Controversy, KSHB. School Bus Loading, KMOV. And School Administrators Make Six Figures While Announcing Deep Cuts, KTV. Well, all right. And we have a tie in this category. The first Emmy goes to KSDK for Ferguson and Belleville Pen Pals Meet. So we'll go to the next one. The next winner is KSHB, Isolation Room Controversy.
My first year in Kansas City, first nomination. I want to thank my news director, Carrie Hoffman, for hiring me and bringing me to a terrific shop. And I think the best part of this is I know the mother of the autistic child that was involved in this story that brought this to our attention is going to be very thrilled about this. Thank you very much.
And up next in the category Education Schools Program Feature Segment, the nominees are Teaming Up, HEC TV, and The Dropout Recruiter, 9 Network. And the Emmy goes to HEC TV, Teaming Up.
I'd like to accept this on Nancy's behalf. She couldn't be here tonight. And I'd like to also thank HEC TV. And I'd also like to give a shout out to Cecil Corbett and Chris Cross for giving me such good material to work with. Thank you very much.
And here are the nominees in the category of Feature News Report Light Feature. I'm a Player in the Street, KMBC. Recycled Guitars Tell a Unique Story, KSHB. A Foul Job, KSDK. Trash Man, KCTV. One Last Father-Daughter Dance, KSDK. And In Sickness and in Health, KARK. And the Emmy goes to One Last Father-Daughter Dance, KSDK.
Well, this was a story about a dad who had a brain tumor and was dying and wanted to give his his two daughters, one last father-daughter dance, and allowed us to be with him when he did it and tell his story. And special thanks to the great Eric Voss, who is not here tonight. Thank you.
And the next category is for Featured News Report, Serious Feature. The nominees are The Impact of Hit and Runs, KARK and KLRT. The Crash, KSLA Shreveport. Power in the Pacific, Kansas Air Guard deploys to Guam, KSHB. Emily's Ride, KMOV. One Bad Apple, WDAF. Seconds to Safety, How House Fires Spread So Fast, KCTV. Mr. G, Part 2, KMOV. Ferguson Class to Civil Rights Museum, KMOV. And Small Town Secrets Exposed, Domestic Violence, KAKRBK. And we have a tie in this category. The first winner is The Crash, KSLA Shreveport.
Did I have to pay for that? All right. First of all, I want to say I love my wife, honey. And I'm with Steven. Rare no weekend with kids, hotel, yada, yada, yada. All right. The weekend's not over. Thank you, and this is certainly been an honor to become more involved with the Mid-America Emmy organization. It's just been a blast. My co-anchor, Dominique Ben, got me really kind of involved. She's on the board and vice president. Thanks to my news director, Jane Rubin. Real quick, just to give you a hint of this, imagine you're driving somewhere and you see a crash, you call 911, you call it in, you run down the hill to try to help pull the people out of the car, and you realize it's your own two kids. She had no clue, and then that whole thing plays out on a 911 call. So just an amazing woman that wanted to share that story with everyone else, and thank you for guys for letting me share this night with you. Thank you very much.
Okay, as I mentioned, we had a tie in the category. So the second Emmy in the category goes to KCTV, Seconds to Safety, How House Fires Spread So Fast.
Thank you. Many a sleepless night spent over this story, but thank you to Brett Akagi, one of the most talented photographers I've ever worked with, Rob Rhodes, Brad Stevens, and to my parents watching in Lone Grove, Oklahoma. Everyone say hi, Donna and Anthony Palumbo.
This is quite an honor. About 20 years ago, I received some Emmys. Couldn't make it because we were sitting at home back in Lawrence, Kansas with my wife, expecting our first child. So, honey, we finally made it here together. So, thanks.
And now the nominations for Community Service. The nominees are Metro's Most Wanted, KTVI, Cancer in KC, KCPT, Alive and Well, STL, KSDK, American Graduate, 9 Network, and Live United, KOLR. And the Emmy goes to American Graduate, 9 Network.
Oh my gosh, the last time I won an Emmy, we were in Kansas City and everybody was drunk at the bar. So I'm really happy that you're all maybe reasonably sober. Thank you to our entire team, specifically Shelley Williams, who's the initiative director for American Graduate, and Anne-Marie Berger, who is such an incredible producer. Our team, our entire team at the 9 Network who's here, our entire team who's back in St. Louis. And really, it's just such an honor and privilege to tell stories about what's possible for all of our young people. And so thank you for allowing us to do that. Thanks.
And now the nominations for On-Camera Talent Anchor Weather. The nominees are J.D. Rudd, KSHB, Kevin Lightley, KSPR, Cindy Pressler, KSDK, and Nick Bender, KMBC. And the Emmy goes to J.D. Rudd, KSHB.
Wow, how about that? This is pretty cool. As a small-town Kansas boy from Salina, Kansas, who 20 years ago was pushing cattle up a chute to take ropes off their hooves at a cowboy convention, I couldn't tell you how. I mean, seriously, loving storms like I do in Kansas to do this. Thank you to Carrie for letting me play weather boy for the last 3 years, basically. What I get to do is so fun, being in front of a green wall and pointing at numbers and things all day. So this is truly fantastic. Seriously, I make this stuff up, and they still put money in my account every 2 weeks. It's phenomenal. Big thank you especially to my wife, Allison. Thank you for all your support, your love. Also, thank you, too, to God. Without these gifts and talents I have, I couldn't do this pointing thing that I do sometimes. So thank you all very much. I appreciate it.
And here are the nominees for News Weathercast. Dan Scoff, KNWA 10 p.m. Weathercast, Fayetteville, Arkansas. The Perceived Meteor Shower, Cindy Pressler, KSDK. A Flooding Nightmare, Kevin Lighty, KSPR. KMBC 9 News meteorologist Nick Bender, KMBC. Flooding Break in Coverage, July 2015, Lindsay Slater, KSPR. And Is Your Family Ready If a Tornado Hits? Darby Bybee and Ernie Hall of KHBS and KHOG, rather. And the Emmy goes to Dan Scoff, KNWA.
Wow. Well, first of all, congratulations to all of the nominees. I just thought I was going to come with my wife and the kids and have a fun time in Branson. I am just absolutely floored. Thanks to the good Lord above, amazing. Thanks to my station, KNWA, KFTA, everybody that I work with. Our sister station, KARK. Oh my heavens. Next Star, I'm just floored. I really didn't expect anything. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I am amazed. Thank you.
And now to the craft category of Editor of a Program. The nominees are Dave Simmons, Songs of the Road, David Mayfield, KCPT, Jared Urich, Feast TV, Tybee Studios Incorporated, Brock Rom, Kansas City Chiefs, Scott Conger, behind the scenes at Third Degree Glass Factory, Motion Path, 90 Degrees West, and Dale Carpenter, the First Boys of Spring, University of Arkansas. And the Emmy goes to Scott Conger, behind the scenes at Third Degree Glass Factory, Motion Path, 90 Degrees West. And now the nominees for Editor of a Promo, PSA or Commercial. The nominees are Brock Rom, Kansas City Chiefs, Evan Miller, Kansas City Chiefs, Scott Conger, Hope Teen Reach Motion Path, 90 Degrees West. And the Emmy goes to Scott Conger. These are the nominees in the category of News Editor. Brett Akagi, KCTV. Rick Meyer, Editing Made with Pride Series Compilation, KSDK. And Greg Steele, KMBC. And the Emmy goes to Greg Steele, KMBC.
Thank you very much. I've been fortunate to win this now 3 years in a row. I kind of feel like my good friend Mike Bush. But I do have to thank some people. Number one, my news family. Sherry Brown, Sarah Smith, thank you for giving this old dog a new life and being able to know that I can still do a few tricks. To all the reporters and producers that I work with, thank you for putting your trust in me. And then to my family, my wife Linda, thank you for your love and support. And finally, my son Jonathan, who's with me tonight. He's going to be a freshman in college next year. And I want this to be for you. You are an incredible human being, and I'm so proud of you. And I want this to be an Emmy for you that can show that hard work, determination, perseverance can pay off. And no matter what you do, get better every day. Because if you do that, you can be an old guy like me, 33 years at Channel 9, and bring home something like this. Thank you so much.
The next category is for editing sports. The nominees are Dane Van Wy, Kansas City Chiefs, Glenn Connolly, St. Louis Rams, Sandarfus Duffy, St. Louis Rams. And the Emmy goes to Sandarfus Duffy, St. Louis Rams. I had a lot of good quips, but I'm going to keep them all to myself. That's why they've got me in this glass box over here, in case you were wondering. All right. And now the Emmy for On-Camera Talent Reporter. The nominees are Laura Hediger, KMOV, Casey Nolan, KSDK, Andre Hepkins, KMOV, and Mike Rush, KSDK. And the Emmy goes to Mike Rush, KSDK.
You know, it's true, the best part of this is the weekend without the kids, in the hotel room, with Steve Harris's wife, so I really appreciate that. See you later, baby. Just kidding, Mandy. In all seriousness, thank you to my KSDK family. I couldn't do any of what I do without the support of my KSDK family. And you know, we're on the rise, baby. We're on the rise, you know. Well, we've always been pretty good, right? But we're coming back, baby. 5-1. There we go. Thank you very much.
Through the years, television sports anchors and reporters have come and gone in Northwest Arkansas. Then there's Mike Irwin. He's covered the Arkansas Razorbacks as a sportscaster nearly without interruption since 1975. Over the years, Mike has won several AP awards and reported live from the 3 Final Fours, 4 College World Series, 5 Cotton Bowls, the Orange Bowl, NCAA basketball and baseball regionals. Mike and his wife Mary live in Fayetteville. They have 2 sons and 4 grandchildren. In his spare time, Mike likes to play golf, work on home improvement projects, and spend time with his family. Mike said, "I was planning to retire at age 66, but I'm telling you right now, when I turn 66, if they want me to retire, they're going to have to push me out the door. I'm having way too much fun." Mike believes the best part of his job is getting to talk to Razorback fans all over the country. He says the passion they have for their beloved Hogs is truly remarkable. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Silver Circle recipient, Mike.
Damn, this is like the Academy Awards. It's awesome. You know, I like to stand up here and tell all of you that I first appeared on television when I was 9 years old, and I always knew I wanted to do this, but I got into this business totally by accident. I have a teaching certificate that I never used because I got drafted when I graduated. And for some reason, and I've never figured out how it happened, why it happened, coming out of basic training, I was put in Armed Forces Radio and Television. And I didn't figure it would last long. I knew somebody would figure out real quick I was a fraud. I had no training. They didn't send me to school. I found myself at Fort Rucker, Alabama. I walked in the door. They sent me to see a Department of the Army civilian named Kent Swicegood. And he looked at me and he said, "Well, you're our new TV news anchor." I said, "Like hell. I can't do that. I don't know how to do any of it." And he said, "Well, I've got 6 weeks to prove you wrong." And I'll be damned, he pulled it off. Over that 6-week period, he gave me a crash course in broadcast journalism, everything I was going to have to do. And it wasn't real smooth in the beginning, but I made it work and he made it work. And before I got out of the Army, I'd gone to work part-time at night at a local television station doing sports. And when I got that job, I went, man, this is it. This is what I really want to do. And when I got out a year later, there were 4 jobs open in Texas at that time, and I sent out 4 resumes, and 2 days later I got hired over the telephone. A guy at KGNS in Laredo called me up and he said, "How fast can you get here? I'm having to do the sports and I hate it." I said, "I can be there tomorrow." And 2 or 3 days later, I started anchoring the sports there, and I've been at it ever since. That's 44 years ago. Now, along the way, I had a lot of luck. But the best thing that ever happened to me was my wife. You wives out there that work in this business, you know how hard it is. Your husband's never at home. You got to raise your kids by yourself. She's the one that makes sure that if I get pulled over by the cops, I've got an insurance sticker in my glove box. She pays the bills. She got me here tonight. You're incredible, Mary. I would also like to acknowledge one of my 2 sons. My oldest son, Josh, covered a football game in Little Rock today. He couldn't be here. But my youngest son didn't go into the TV business. He was smart. He's in his last year of seminary, and somehow he made it here tonight with his wife, Melissa. I think he's in the back somewhere. I want to apologize to you for being an absentee dad. I wish I'd been around more often, I really do. But somehow you are always understanding. And we have a great relationship today in spite of the fact that I wasn't around much when you were growing up. And I think your mother had a lot to do with the way you turned out. But I thank both of you. I'm very proud of both of my boys and my wife. I would finally like to acknowledge the people I work for. In 44 years, I've worked for 6 different television stations, and I won't name them all, but at most of them, when they said, "We're like family," it was a joke. You were working your butt off, and they bottom lined the hell out of you. I've seen a lot of people run out of this business because they were making too much money. I got called in. I'd worked at a place for 38 years, and I got called in and told by the GM, "You're retiring." And I thought I was. And 4 hours later, people at KNWA called me and they said, "You want to go to work for us?" I said, "Sure." That was 4.5 years ago. They are incredible people. Lisa Kelsey, we call her TV Mom. She's 20 years younger than me, and she's like my mom. Mike Vaughn, the GM at KARK, he's like my crazy uncle, always cracking jokes, keeping me laughing. And then Austin Kellerman, I see you over there somewhere. He's the news director at KARK. He is the Energizer Bunny of news directors. He never stops. He tweets 24 hours a day. He retweets your tweets. He shares your Facebook messages. He's always promoting his people. And you're incredible. We all love you. We really do. Finally, I'd like to just say this about the Mid-America Emmy people. I didn't know this existed. I really didn't until about 2 months ago. It is an incredible thing you're doing here. It really, I knew about Emmys, but I thought it was national Emmys. I didn't know there were regional Emmys. I didn't know how anybody got an Emmy. But this is really unbelievable. It really is like the Academy Awards. And if you'll permit me now, I'm going to go sit down next to my wife, and I'm going to enjoy the hell out of watching the rest of the people tonight get well-deserved Emmy Awards. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love this business. It's awesome. You're awesome, too.
Branson! All right. How's everybody doing? Are we enjoying the show? Now we have something special for the winners of the Emmys tonight. See this beautiful bag? There's a beautiful box so that you can put your Emmy that you just won in it. I want you to go at the end of the program to the left, to the left, to the left, and pick up your very special box just for you. All right. Now, I want to take a moment, if you don't mind, let me put this down. I want to take a moment to thank some of our sponsors to help make this event possible this evening. In a little while, we're going to get a bit of a refreshment from Andy's Frozen Custard. Yeah. Which started 30 years ago with one single store in Springfield, Missouri. Our other sponsors include Branson, yes, Silver Dollar City, the Hilton Hotel and Convention Center, St. James Winery, Men's Warehouse, Public House Brewery Company, Crown Valley Winery, Mother's Brewery, Spot Media Production, and Cherry Mace Chocolate. And now, as you can see, your special treat is coming to your table. Do you see it? Ready for that brain freeze? But it is delicious. So while you're enjoying Andy's custard, here are some surprises.
Emmy Mid-America Awards turns 40 this year, and Andy's Frozen Custard is turning 30. A proud sponsor of the Mid-America Emmy Awards for the past 3 years, Andy's is once again helping us celebrate with frozen custard sundaes and gift cards. From one store in Springfield, Missouri, Andy's now has stores in almost every market across our region: Colorado, Texas, Chicago, and more stores opening in Tennessee and even Arizona. Thank you, Andy's, for helping us celebrate excellence with your exceptional frozen custard sundaes.
So while you enjoy your delicious dessert, how about now the nominees for musical composition and arrangement? Julian Bickford, Shane Borth, Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture, commemorate and celebrate freedom. Bick Media. James Greason, First Boys of Spring, University of Arkansas. And the Emmy goes to Julia Beckford, Shane Borth, commemorate and celebrate freedom. We'll just hold on to that award for them. Congratulations. Okay, our next nominees are for graphic animation, news program. Edgar Faboose, American Eagle Credit Union, free checking, Ruckus. Edgar Faboose, Eric Bowman, Brewer Science Directed Self-Assembly, Ruckus. Gregory Schricht, KTVI. Gary Baker, Paul Trinisi, KMBC. Preston Gibson, Alex Deaton, Jim Robertson, Modern, St. Louis Art Museum, Cannonball, 90 Degrees West. Corey Beeford, Mitch Myers, St. Louis Rams. And the Emmy goes to, Corey Beeford, Mitch Myers, St. Louis Rams. We'll just keep it moving right along. We'll hold those for them. Okay, how about the next nominee for special event coverage other than news or sports, live or edited? A royal celebration, KMBC. 2015 Thanksgiving Day Parade, KMOV. The Missouri-Vietnam Veterans Memorial Dedication, Jackson and Appleton, Hollister, Missouri. And the Emmy goes to 2015 Thanksgiving Day Parade, KMOV.
As my co-anchor just said, we're in it, so we might as well just talk. I'm Tom Zupancy, the producer of the broadcast, wasn't able to be here today, so we're going to accept it for him. The Thanksgiving Day Parade, a yearly tradition in the city of St. Louis, something that we enjoy doing. We do it for Thanksgiving, we do it for the July 4th. It's a family event that all the people come out, thousands of people come out, and they line up Market Street in downtown St. Louis, and we're glad that we were able to take part. That was my last, my last Thanksgiving Day Parade broadcast for KMOV. My last July 4th was this past July 4th with this beautiful, brilliant woman beside me, my TV wife, Emily Rao, who has just been a blessing to me. We've had a great working relationship, a great friendship. It's going to be sad to see you go. Our last broadcast together was yesterday morning, my last News 4 this morning, and it was to take another opportunity out of the market, but I'm going to be sad to leave you and my friends there at KMOV and News 4 this morning, but and the city of St. Louis, where I met my beautiful, brilliant wife, the city where we met, we courted, we dated, we married, and so befitting that the Thanksgiving Day Parade won this Emmy. And thank you all.
Well, how is everyone? Got good news for you guys. I was just told backstage earlier that this is the largest attendance in the history of the Emmy Mid-America Award. So congratulations on that. And this is being broadcast actually via Facebook worldwide. You can follow the action on Twitter at Emmy Mid-AM, Emmy Mid-AM. Use also the hashtag, the same hashtag for that. My wife and my daughter are texting me now. They're actually watching live on Facebook. So the hashtag for the event, Emmy Mid-AM. Follow along. Okay, the next category is for magazine program, Behind the Minds, March 2016 HEC TV. KMOS presents Missouri Life, Columbia. KMOS, Warrensburg. Alt News 2046, number 17.03, KSIU, Carbondale, Illinois, Emily Jelinek and Holden Jones. And the Emmy goes to Behind the Minds 2016 HEC TV.
Greg Kopp and Jackie Poor come off. We'll just go ahead and say thank you so much. We're so excited. We've been doing this show Behind the Minds for many years. Alita Harris started at HEC TV with Dennis Riggs and handed it over to Christy and now me, and we've had a lot of fun. So I just want to thank our hosts, our wonderful editor, Greg Kopp, and all the wonderful segment producers we have, including Jackie Poor and many, many others. And I would be remiss to say that without thanking Spot Media Production Group, does a phenomenal job of giving us this beautiful footage to put in our show. So thank you to HEC TV, and have a great night. Thank you.
Okay, moving right along. Now for the Emmy for On-Camera Talent Sports Announcer, Play-by-Play. Dan McLaughlin, Fox Sports Midwest. Ryan Lefevre, Fox Sports Midwest. And the Emmy goes to Fox Sports, Kansas City, Ryan Lefevre. We're gonna keep it moving right along. Are you guys enjoying your custard? Yummy, right? I'm gonna go and get a brain freeze of my own. I'll be back.
Yeah, I noticed no ice cream for the guy in the booth over here, but that's okay. No problem. I'll just keep reading the script. No, too late now. Don't kiss up, Mr. Tuxedo. I don't know. And now the nominees for Informational Instructional Program Special. Explore Maps, HEC TV. BrainWorks, 9 Network. I hear you back there. Somebody's hitting the booth. Muslim in the Metro, KCPT. The Science of Healing, KMOV. Everything Outdoors, Jackson Appleton. And the Emmy goes to BrainWorks, 9 Network.
It's such an honor. I want to thank our terrific team at the 9 Network, who are all here and also back in St. Louis, for taking a risk on a new program. And I also want to thank our partners at Barnes Jewish Hospital, who work tirelessly every day to help us take better care of ourselves. Thank you very much.
All right, I now have the honor of presenting the Emmy for an Informational Instructional Feature Segment. The nominees are St. Louis on Spring Break, KSDK. Ferment Nation, Wine is Physical, KCPT. FYI Guy Live, Outdoor Decor, Space Dividers, KCZ Ozarks, CW. And Arch Stains Report, 9 Network. And the Emmy goes to Arch Stains Report, 9 Network.
Well, that's neat. It's always fun doing stories. That's it. I don't mean that's it for what I'm going to say. I'm going to say a little bit more. But it's always fun doing stories. I want to take a very brief moment to acknowledge the passing of Steve Myers, who I worked with when I was at Channel 2. And also, he was a great guy. And also the passing of Ellen Wallach, somebody that hardly anybody in this room knows anymore, but who helped found this chapter a long time ago. She was a very, very classy lady, and it was a pleasure to know her, and she was so important to this chapter. Me, I left the entire family at home, wife, kids, grandkids, they're at home, and I'm having a great time in my hotel room, and but I am sitting with other people's wives, and they've been very, very nice to me, so thank you.
And now the nominations for an investigative report, single story or series. The Unfair Fight Against Faster Fires, KSDK. 2 bodies exhumed after investigation reveals mortuary mix-up, KSHB. Fire hydrant crisis, KSDK. Illegal asphalt dump, KCTV. And the Emmy goes to KSDK, Fire Hydrant Crisis.
Wow, I did not expect this. This is great. Thank you very much. This was a very in-depth story that could not have been done without David Razik, our executive producer in charge of investigations, and without Tom Stasiak, the photographer and editor. So those were the smart guys on this project, and I appreciate that. Neither one of them is here tonight, but I will pass it along. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Our next Emmy is for Specialty Assignment Reporting News Series. And the nominees are Tax Cheats Special, KMOV. Andre Hepkins, Crime Reporting, KMOV. Guns in the Heartland, KCTV. And Made with Pride, KSDK. And the Emmy goes to Guns in the Heartland, KCTV.
This was an ambitious project that was really involved almost everybody in the station, where we took a look at guns, the laws that are changing in Missouri and Kansas, and we did a series of reports. Ellen did one on women and guns. We did stories on children training with guns, and one of our main features was what happens when a kid finds a gun. So we want to thank all of the photographers and producers and the reporters that were a part of this project. Thank you.
And now the nominations for Specialty Assignment Program Special. Feast TV Special, Feast Magazine. Our Divided City, KCPT. And Suspended Futures, the School Discipline Debate 9 Network. And the Emmy goes to Feast Magazine for Feast TV Special.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. The show that we do, we cover, I'm the publisher of Feast Magazine, and we produce a television show that airs on PBS across all of Missouri and Southern Illinois. And this particular program, we went down to El Salvador with the guys from Caldi's, and we were able to show how coffee goes from El Salvador to Kansas City and St. Louis, and it was such an amazing experience. And the guys who I work with, my crew, they're incredible, and I'm so humbled by this, and thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, and now the Emmy for On-Camera Talent Performer Host. Here are the nominees: Michelle Davidson, KSHB TV; Tim Gore, HEC TV; Heidi Glaus, KSDK; Jeff Houghton, The Mystery Hour. And the Emmy goes to Michelle Davidson, KSHB TV. We'll keep moving on here. Let's see, now the nominees for an arts or entertainment news story. The nominees are Ending on a High Note, KSHB; Letterman Legacy Has Personal Touch for Illinois Woman, WHBF; Colorblind Artist, KMOV; Music Man, KSDK; Making It in Nashville, KSDK. And the Emmy goes to KMOV for Colorblind Artist.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Awesome to be in front of so many people that I really admire. I'm a Missouri girl too, so grew up watching a lot of you. This is incredible. My KMOV family, you guys mean more to me than ever before. Thank you for your support. Nick, you did a great job with this story. You always keep it interesting, never political. And Mark Griffin. And Mark Griffin as well, who can't be here tonight. Special because my mom is here. Thank you guys for everything. My family wouldn't be here without them. She's my date tonight because my other date is at another table. Mike, I love you, and I'm so glad we're on the same team, no matter the call letters. Thank you so much.
All right, and now the Emmy for Excellence in Arts and Entertainment Program Feature Segment. The nominees are Stephen Locke, Storm Chasing Photographer, KCPT; Making the Rams Cheerleader Calendar, St. Louis Rams; Nutcracker #1, KCPT; Glass, The Art of Sam Stang, HEC TV; and Instagram Husband, The Mystery Hour. And we have a tie in this category. So the first Emmy goes to Glass, The Art of Sam Stang, HEC TV.
Well,
Many thanks to the arts community in St. Louis and throughout the region for giving us access to their studios, much as Sam Stang did. He has a wonderful glass studio in Augusta. If you can ever get there, it's amazing. Got to acknowledge my wonderful videographer and editor who's not here tonight, Peter Foggy. He's great. HEC for letting us work on this sort of thing, and my husband, Charlie. Thank you.
All right, as I mentioned, there's a tie in the category. The second Emmy goes to The Mystery Hour, Instagram Husband.
We're very excited. If you don't know, we are a late-night talk show out of Springfield, Missouri, and there should not be a late-night talk show out of Springfield, Missouri. But somehow there is. And the reason there is a late-night talk show in Springfield, Missouri is because of Fox 5. It's because of, I can't think. It's because of Height Media. It's because of the Gloys. And it's because of the community. I don't like admitting this. I like to pretend like we're very rich. We don't make any money doing it. And we started it as a fake TV show for 5 years at an improv theater. And we're now on season 6 on TV. And we still don't make any money. Don't cheer for that. But here's what I want to say. We're doing this because we decided we could make something where we are. And you don't have to be on the coast to do something cool. Right? And we all in the Midwest have a great humility, which is awesome. But sometimes we have a little bit of an inferiority complex that, yeah, it's great we're doing this, but maybe it's not as good as somewhere else. No, you guys are great. We're doing it. You can make something where you are. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm giving an inspirational speech at this point. Anyway, these guys are amazing. These guys help make it happen. We have so many people that help make it happen, and I can't think anymore. Thank you guys so very much.
Thank you.
All right, our next category is for an arts entertainment program or special. The nominees are Songs of the Road, David Mayfield, KCPT, Soul of Ferguson, 9 Network, The Mystery Hour Arts and Entertainment Program Special, The Mystery Hour, and State of the Arts, HEC-TV. And the Emmy goes to the Mystery Hour Arts and Entertainment Program Special.
It's me from a minute ago. From just a minute ago, it's us again.
Yo, girl, just kiss the girl. I do buy shit. Shake for a shake. I'm throwing these Emirates in the sky. Spinning this asa llama. Like them piece of M-O-N-E-Y. I love my beaches. South beaches. Surfboard and high tide.
Top guys doing top guy stuff.
We're
Top guys.
We're very excited again. Truly, it is such an honor to do this, and I really relate in a smaller way to the people that have said that it's all about hard work and sticking with it. We should have quit many times, many times. I could find me afterwards. I'll tell you all the times we should have quit. And so it's really meaningful to have not quit and be here with you all. We just made up that we should be on TV. We made it up and got like 2 people to believe us, and they put us on. But you guys are professionals. And anyway, we respect the heck out of what you guys do, and we're just happy to be a part of it. Thank you very much.
All right, the next category is for an interview discussion program. The nominees are Afternoons on 11, Baby Theft Case, the story of Zella Jackson Price, KPLR. One on One with Judy Bloom, HEC TV. And Cardia, Hearts and Sciences, WSEC. And we have a tie in this category. The first Emmy goes to One on One with Judy Bloom, HEC TV.
Thank you so much. We have so much fun doing this show. We go and interview authors. So how great is that? And Judy Bloom. That was so much. Everybody loves Judy Bloom. Anyway, I just want to thank, again, Spot Media Production Group for doing beautiful work on our footage. Peter Foggy also does a fabulous job in shooting some beautiful footage. And Greg Kopp for putting together these wonderful pieces. And Julie Winkle, she's the one who lines it all up. And of course, HEC TV for giving us this opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, I mentioned there was a tie in the category, so the second Emmy goes to WSEC, Cardia, Hearts and Sciences.
I don't think those of you who work in the major markets know what this means. To those of us who work in smaller markets, we're a small PBS station in Springfield, Macomb, and Quincy, Illinois. It means everything. I have three people to thank. Dr. Gerald Gerbel, and many of you know him because he's been running our station for 30 years, always somehow finds a way to raise money for us to do relevant programming. And God love him for doing it. And also my wife, Pam, the TV spouses out there, you know what support it means to hang with somebody for 30 plus years in television. Thank you, Pam. And my co-host, Dr. Greg Mischkel, a brilliant cardiologist, who's the real brains of this outfit, couldn't be here tonight because he's on call. So he's not doing anything glitzy, but he might be saving a life tonight. So to him and all of you, thank you so much.
All right, the next Emmy is for Sports Interview Discussion. And the nominees are Chiefs Rewind, Kansas City Chiefs, An Evening with Bob Costas, KSDK, Royals Take the Crown 2015, Fox Sports Midwest, and Cardinals Closers Roundtable, Fox Sports Midwest. And the Emmy goes to KSDK, An Evening with Bob Costas.
Finally, something good happens in the career of Bob Costas. We got to spend a couple hours with him putting this thing together after his last Cardinal Glennon Children's Medical Center event at Cardinal Glennon. So Bill Bennett was the editor. We had a bunch of shooters. Thanks very much to all our family, our producer Sarah Gahagan, and all our KSDK family. And to KSDK, this one is marvelous.
All right, the next category is for Documentary Historical. The nominees are Kansas City and All That Jazz, KSHB, The Caged Bird, The Life and Music of Florence B. Price, University of Arkansas, Will Shields, Kansas City Chiefs, Olathe, The City Beautiful, Inversion. And the Emmy goes to KSHB, Kansas City and All That Jazz.
First, I think we have to thank our wives. It's the definition of trust when your husbands come home and say, "We're going to be gone all night tomorrow night, and there's going to be drinking, lots of jazz, and we'll be home about dawn, and it's work," and they understand. We need to thank our general manager, Brian Bracco, who had this idea about trying to tell the story of Kansas City Jazz. And he got us together, and then our news director, Kerry Hoffman, helped carve out enough time over 2 or 3 months to do the show. And you know how valuable that is. Thank you very much. God blesses us all.
All right, the next category recognizes excellence in a cultural documentary. The nominees are Gordon Parks Elementary, KCPT, River to River, Iowa's Forgotten Highway 6, Fourth Wall Films. If You Only Knew the Journey Through Teen Depression and Suicide, WQPT. The First Boys of Spring, University of Arkansas. And the Injustice System, KMOV. And the Emmy goes to University of Arkansas, the First Boys of Spring.
Hello, I'm back. There's high school students here, right? Right? If you go to high school, just raise your hand. High school students? Okay, okay. You're among the best of the best of the best of the best. Oh, who's ready for the after party? I see a few of you. Yeah, cheers, we're ready. All right, now let's continue to our next category for excellence. In newscast morning daytime markets 1 through 49. First news, 6 a.m. 2 firefighters killed overnight, KMBC. Woman locked in a box, killed by captor, prompts manhunt, KSHB. 41 Action News, 6 a.m. newscast, KSH. And the Emmy goes to woman locked in a box, killed by captor, prompts manhunt, KSHB.
Whitney, we talk every day. You did an amazing job producing this show. Come here.
This was one of those stories that was happening right before we went on, and this woman right here is the reason that we won this. So, Whitney.
No, not at all. We have such a huge team that when I am not trying to not freak out, you guys all have moments where you step up and know what you can bring to make something so tragic and scary something that people can understand. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now the CAF category, photographer program. Scott Lewis, Meet the Maker, the trailer, LP Creative Studio. Nicholas Appleton, For the Love of the Line. Jackson and Appleton. Chris Ryan, The Timekeeper, Once Films. Peter Foggy, HEC TV. Amy Pollard, Inside Pediatrics, Children's Mercy, Kansas City. Stephen Small, Kevin Brebner, Evan Miller, Dan Van Wy, and Brock Round, 65 TPT Photography, Kansas City Chiefs. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie. Yeah. Meet the Maker, the trailer, Hyper Creative Scott Lewis. And also, The Keeper, The Timekeeper, Once Films, Chris Ryan.
Thank you, everyone. I think anyone who holds a camera might tell you that photography has everything to do with solving problems. Ours, for this one, we're shooting hundreds of shots on a 2 by 3 foot table in just under an hour. I'd like to thank the entire team at once and the 9 Network for making this happen and putting it all together. We're incredibly proud of this, and thank you again.
Our next award will be for Photographer News. Todd Ummelman, KMBC. Randy Schwenker, KSDK. And Chase Lucas, KSHB. And the Emmy goes to KSHB TV, Chase Lucas.
Thank you very much. What an honor. I'd like to thank my mom and dad for coming out, Bree, my wife, and KSHB. Thanks.
Moving right along to excellence in directing, live or live to tape. Phil Malika, Fox Sports Midwest. Mike Pyle, Cardinals versus Cubs, NLDS Game 1 post-game show, Fox Sports Midwest. Mike Pyle, Blues versus Kings pregame show, Fox Sports Midwest. Robin Jackson, the Missouri-Vietnam Veterans Memorial Dedication, Jackson and Appleton. Tom Meade, Fox Sports Midwest. And the Emmy goes to Fox Sports Midwest, Phil Malika. And now the Emmy for Director Post-Production. Chris Ryan, Mark Wisham, United Way of Greater St. Louis, the 2015 campaign video by Once Films. Rick Wagner, The Sandlot Journey, Wagner Productions. Edgar Faboose, American Eagle Credit Union, Free Checking, Ruckus. And the Emmy goes to United Way of Greater St. Louis 2015 campaign video, Chris Ryan and Mark Wickersham.
Me again. Thanks everybody again. United Way always has great stories. They're a wonderful organization to support and be included in the work that they do. I'm sure everybody's familiar with the things they help out with, and they're incredibly tangible and really important to us. Thanks again.
And now the nominees for Evening Newscast, markets 50 and above. Charter bus crash kills 6, KARK, KLRT. Channel 7 News at 6, KATV. April Storms, KSPR. Death by Deceit, the killing of D.D. Blanchard, KY3 TV. News at 6, WGEM Quincy. And the Emmy goes to Death by Deceit, the killing of D.D. Blanchard.
You're the producer.
All right.
Yeah.
As producers know, and all of us in the newsroom know, none of this would be possible if we didn't have an outstanding staff behind the scenes. And also, I'd like to say, Mom and Dad, I'm not a failure, so thanks.
And sports that night. Yeah. And sports. Yeah. Right. Thank you.
Next is a category for team coverage. Firefighter tragedy, KMBC. Christmas flooding, KMOV. April tornado, KSPR. James Horn manhunt, KMBC. And the winner is Christmas flooding, KMOV.
I am not Brian Tuvino. He no longer works for us. I'm the oldest guy at Channel 4, so they made me come up. This was wonderful work. It's a fantastic team. I know I'm not supposed to talk. Thanks to everybody at Channel 4. Thank you.
All right, we continue our awards this evening with the category of interstitial. Backyard Industry, Raman Shaman, Illinois Public Media. The Timekeeper, Once Films. And Behind the Scenes at Third Degree Glass Factory, 90 Degrees West. And the Emmy goes to Once Films, The Timekeeper.
Thanks again, everyone.
All right, and the next category for a short format program, the story of Goshen Coffee, 24 frames, River of Refuge, Geared Up Films, Renewed Night Owl Productions, Today's Special, KCPT, Bloomtown TV, A Healing Garden at St. Louis Children's Hospital, Light Productions, and Winston, Blue Coffee Pictures and Anecdotally Yours. And the Emmy goes to Blue Coffee Pictures and Anecdotally Yours for Winston.
Well, first I want to thank this lady right here. She put together a great narrative for Winston's story. We want to thank American Heart Association and Children's Mercy Hospital for helping us, and of course Winston's family. Had his 3rd open heart surgery and is doing awesome. Thank you all.
The next category for journalistic enterprise. The nominees are Making a Difference, KSDK, Mike Bush, KSHB, Jessica McMaster, KMOV, Brian Thevno. Yeah, I know I screwed that up, Brian, sorry. And Accountability in Action, KARK, KLRT, Marcy Manley. And the Emmy goes to Accountability in Action.
Wow, this is incredible. I just want to thank my news director, Austin Kellerman, and my assistant news director, Ernie Paulson. We created these brands 2 years ago when investigative journalism and in-depth journalism was basically non-distinct in our markets. This is something that I'm really proud of because all of these stories represent stories of people who were not being heard. And I know that all of you in this room have told a story like that. And each of these stories is an example of that. And so I'm really grateful to be up here right now and grateful to be in the position that I am to give those people a voice. I am not their voice. They have their own distinct voice. I just give them a microphone to tell it through. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And this is to my stations, KARK and KLRT.
All right, the next category is for video journalist. The nominees are Stephen Harris, KMOV, Dana Dean, KSDK, Kenneth Buffa, all right, KARK, KLRT, Jacob Long, KSD. And the Emmy goes to Stephen Harris, KMOV.
So thanks, Mike Irwin, because my arm hurts really bad because my wife was pinching me the whole time that he gave that heartfelt speech, saying that is what you're supposed to do to your wife. Bad news, that's how it goes. Listen, if you could come up with The Boy in the Box by Corey Hart and play it for this guy over here. Bill's doing a great job. He's a photographer for many, many years and started writing, shooting, and doing my own stuff. It works out. Don't take the business too seriously. I never do, and it works out. Thank you very, very much.
Okay, I got a big award here, guys. They're all big, but this is a big one, and when I say it, you'll know. Okay, here are your nominees for the Emmy recognizing the station's overall excellence during the eligibility year. KARK, KLRT, Little Rock, Mike Vaughn. KMOV, St. Louis, Mike Murphy. 9 Network, St. Louis, Jack Galmichi. Or Jack, is that Jack Galmichi or Jack Galmich? This is live. I like, I mess the names in the rating. Galmich. Jack Galmich. Thank you, Jack. HEC TV, St. Louis, Dennis Riggs. And the Emmy goes to KMOV, Mike Murphy.
It's against the rules, but Mike Murphy, our general manager, could not be here tonight. But we're very proud to accept this Emmy on behalf of KMOV, Meredith Broadcasting. Thank you very much.
Not only has Len Dawson been a part of Kansas City since 1963, he's also been a part of Kansas City television. Len has anchored sports on KMBC for 50 years. He joined the station in 1966 while playing quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. And 50 years later, he remains a key member of the KMBC sports department. Len Dawson's football career is legend. He's a Super Bowl champion and MVP. He holds team passing records, and in 1987 was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. His television career is just as impressive. While anchoring sports coverage on KMBC, he also served as host of HBO's Inside the NFL from 1977 to 2001. To this day, Len works on behalf of countless charities in the KC area, and he always has time to sign autographs for fans young and old. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Gold Circle recipient, Len Dawson.
Hello, everybody. This award is such a great surprise, and I'd love to be with you in Branson, but football season is here, and that's still the busiest time of the year for me covering the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, some of you may not know this, but I am the seventh son of the seventh son. And so it's been lucky when it comes to football and broadcasting. I didn't buy that being the ninth child of a family of 11 children, but here I am. It's hard for me to believe I've been in broadcasting for 50 years. I still remember in 1966 when I was playing quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. Jack Stedman was the president of the Chiefs, and he went down to KMBC TV, and they talked to their people, and he said, we need somebody at 10 o'clock when all the men are home from working and they can watch television. So he and KMBC and we got together. The people in KMBC asked Jack, do you know anybody who could do this? And Jack said, well, sure, Len Dawson can do it. Of course, lined up this thing before ever talking to me, so I'd finish practice with the Chiefs, run downtown at 5 o'clock to do the 6 o'clock news, go home and have dinner with my family, and then go back and do the 10 o'clock news. Well, football players, folks, back in those days did not make all those millions that they're making today. But the thing is, everybody worked two jobs, and this was my second job. My, how things have changed. When I retired from football, the networks came to me about going to doing their games. There was this thing called HBO, asking if I would be part of a show they were wanting to do in New York called Inside the NFL. I said, well, yeah, I'd love to. Problem was, Kansas City, Missouri did not have cable where I lived. So on Thursday evening, what I would do was call a friend of mine over in Johnson County that had cable and ask if I could come over to his house and watch this show called Inside the NFL on HBO. It was time for me, though, now to come back to Kansas City. I want to thank everyone on the Board of Governors for this great honor. I want to thank all of my many colleagues at KMBC, including Sarah Smith and Sherry Brown, and every at Hearst Television for their support. I also want to congratulate Steve Grant and Mike Irwin. These are two great professionals who have certainly made their mark in the industry. Thank you once again.
Hey. I'll let you go first since it's low already. All right. How you guys doing today? Everybody good?
All right, so on behalf of the Harlem Globetrotters, Silver Dollar City, as well as Peter Hershen and the Hershen family, which is our family, we're honored to be here today. Big Easy and I have done many things together. Some of you guys may recognize us from 3 seasons of Losing the Amazing Race. Safe to say that we're not going to win anything tonight, so maybe you guys will see us back next year at this show. But yeah, it's an honor to be here. We've done the Emmys once before in 2011 out in Los Angeles, but they didn't let us actually get to speak, so this is pretty new for us. So you guys bear with us.
All right. Watch out, Shorty. All right. Okay, thank you guys for having us. First of all, I want you to give yourself a hand. Everybody look great tonight. You dressed up, you look awesome. I appreciate it. What's up, what's up? So let's just get it started. Here are the nominations in the category of on-camera talent, anchor sports. Chad Pline, KY3 TV. Frank Cusimano, KSDK. And the Emmy goes to Frank Cusimano, KSDK. Frank is not here. We're not accepting it on his behalf. We're taking it on our behalf. There you go, Flight.
All right. And now, the Emmy nomination for Sports News Single Story, A Home Pitch, KMOV. Arrowhead and Security, WDAF. Critical Stadium Violations, KSHB. And the Emmy goes to A Home Pitch, KMOV.
Pretty incredible. Little Drizzy coming up. Thank you very much, Mr. DJ. Appreciate that. Incredible honor. Obviously, sports is not what I do on a day-to-day basis, but incredibly thankful for having the opportunity to do so at KMOV. Incredibly thankful to have the opportunity now to work at Fox 2. But I do miss working with someone like Jim Thomas here, who always delivers. He shares a vision with me on a story, and that is incredible. I also have to thank my beautiful Emmy-winning girlfriend, Emily Rao. It's pretty difficult on a Friday night when you tell her that you are leaving home to hang out with a group of homeless gentlemen, but she's always understanding and allows me to take the time to do this. And incredibly thankful to spend time with these gentlemen, because so often we walk down the street, see they're there, but not really understand or acknowledge what they're going through. And I hope through this story we were able to highlight them in a positive light and the changes they've made in their lives. Before I talk too much, Jim, I think you have to say something. Come on.
Mike's always been just a wonderful person to work with. He's so creative and such a wonderful, excellent person. I wish I could work with him some more, but he's at the competition now. But he's always wonderful and a great person. So thanks. I'm great.
Oh, give me some, give me some.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Good job, good job.
What are these fellas don't have a basketball? I mean, what's up with that? I thought we were going to get a little performance.
Have a good, man. No problem. All right, have a good one. All right, baby. All right. And now, the Emmy for Sports News feature. Notre Dame fan, KSDK. A Voice for the Ages, KSLA. Emily's Last Shot, KSDK. Gone Fishing, WQAD. And the Emmy goes to Gone Fishing, WQAD.
Wow, do I feel short up here on stage with these guys. This is really an honor. It's always been a joy to work with such a talented photographer like Jacob here, and it was great to be able to work with him for a number of years, but also develop the friendship that we did. We always had a blast when we were out doing stories together, and that's really what I'm gonna remember the most about this, because we were actually just telling our boss, hey, we're gonna go shoot our story. We were hanging out with these kids fishing and did a little fishing ourselves, and it was the most fun that we had ever had. And we also want to thank just our beautiful wives who are with us tonight and dealing with our crazy stories that we were always trying to chase. So it was one heck of a ride with Jake. And I also want to dedicate this to my great-grandfather who passed away last week. He was always one of my biggest supporters and my biggest fans, and this one's for you.
Okay, next category. Here are the nominations for a sports program feature segment. Young Hockey Fans Random Act of Kindness, BVS Productions. Sounds of the Season, Kansas City Chiefs. Gary Green, Kansas City Chiefs. Go Kid Go, SKC TV. Gurdon Football's 12th Man, KTHV. And the Emmy goes to Young Hockey Fans Random Act of Kindness, BVS Productions.
This was a story that we did for the St. Louis Sports Commission for the Musial Awards for Sportsmanship. Special thanks once again. I couldn't win any awards without the great Eric Voss, so I'm in trouble because he went to the competition. Thank you very much.
All right, the next category, sports program, daily or weekly. The nominees are Chiefs Replay, Kansas City Chiefs. Rams 360, Todd Gurley, St. Louis Rams. There's a tie. I wonder what 2-1. First up, Chiefs Replay. Everything here?
On behalf of 65 Toss Power Trap, we'd like to thank the Hunt family and the Kansas City Chiefs for their support. 65 TPT would also like to say what an honor it is to receive this award and congratulate Hall of Fame quarterback Len Dawson, who took the snap in what was probably the most famous play in Chiefs history, the 65 Toss Power Trap, on his receiving the Golden Circle Award this evening.
We'll take the rest of them. All right, excuse me. Okay, as I said, that was a tie, so let's see who this other. Rams 360, Todd Gurley. Give him a hand, Rams 360.
All right, the next category, sports one-time special. Cardinals Confidential, Inside the Winter Meetings, Fox Sports Midwest. Camp Rantoul 2015, University of Illinois. Sac City, Kansas City Chiefs. Cairo Santos, Kansas City Chiefs. The Musical Awards, BVS Productions. The Reunion, The Greatest Show on Turf, St. Louis Rams. I don't think any of these people are here, but let's see who won.
Nobody.
We're going to be taking a lot of awards home tonight. We have a tie. And the Emmy goes to Cairo Santos.
On behalf of my son, Evan Miller, I'd like to thank the Kansas City Chiefs organization as well as the Clark Hunt family. Thank you.
Just take them out. Oh, wait, take them too. Sure. All right, bud. All right. There you go. All right. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, so you? Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
All right. As I mentioned, we have a tie. And it goes to the Musical Awards, BVS Productions.
Mike has decided to make me talk, which is probably a big mistake. One thing I do know is thank you, honey. I wouldn't be here without you. And this is an honor for me, working on the Musical Awards every year. Mike put the faith in me to edit it for him, and they're just incredible stories. It brings out the best in sports, amateur sports, and just brings it to the forward. I am no sports fan whatsoever. Can't stand watching them. And I look upon editing this every year for Mike as a challenge, as in trying to make it something interesting to me. And I enjoy cutting the music awards every year, and then that Bob Costas special was just incredible. I was enraptured with watching that whole thing. So, thank you.
Yeah, okay. And the nominations for a sporting event game live unedited. 2015 Chiefs preseason, Kansas City Chiefs. Peralta's walk-off home run lifts the cards, Fox Sports Midwest. Royals wild 4-run rally to top Red Sox, Fox Sports Midwest. St. Louis Blues win 4-3 in OT, Fox Sports Midwest. And the Emmy goes to 2015 Chiefs preseason.
Once again, to the Hunt family and to the Kansas City Chiefs, thank you.
You gotta get them all.
All right, thank you guys for having us. If you want us to come back, let us know, but enjoy the rest of the night.
Okay, here we go. Now the Emmy for Weekend Newscast. KMBC Weekend News, 10 p.m. Severe weather strikes during the holidays. KARK, KLRT. Wild Weekend, KSDK. And the Emmy goes to Severe weather strikes during the holidays, Fox 16.
I honestly don't know what to say. I work with such a great team. Austin Kellerman, Ernie, y'all are great managers. You always push us to do better. Reporters like Ken Bufa, our anchor who can't be here tonight, Josh Berry. Weekends, it's always the skeleton crew, and you always have to work together, and I truly work with the best great crew. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Mom, Dad, my beautiful fiance, my beautiful management who has pushed us so hard, who has believed in us every step of the way. Thank you, all the reporters and anchors, because you have the power to take young talent and mold them into what they are today. I appreciate it. My parents are with me right now. Thank you so much.
News promo single spot, the Joplin Miracle, KSDK. Get on the bus, KMBC. Gun Test, KCTV. And the Emmy goes to Gun Test, KCTV5.
Wow, this is awesome. A big thanks to Angie and Amanda and Brett and Brad and Ellen for putting together these amazing stories that need to be told about a really important issue. Tyler can't be here because he's at a wedding in San Diego. My husband, I love you. Dad, this is for you, who's not here. And Brian, we've been friends and coworkers for so long, and this is freaking awesome.
I want to thank the reporters and the news directors that find interesting stories, because great stories make great promos, and we're happy to do work for you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
In the category of news, promo, image campaign, here are your nominees. Anchor Image Campaign, KSHB. 24 Hours Homeless Promo Campaign, KARK, KLRT. First Alert Weather Campaign, 2015, KMBC. Experience, KFSM. KMBC 9 News, 10 p.m., KMBC. This is our story, KARK4, Image Campaign, KARK, KLRT. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie. This is our story, KARK4, Image Campaign.
I honestly didn't have a speech prepared because I've been nominated so many times and never won. So for all the people out there who have had the same experience, here, this one goes to you. Cheers, yeah. So thank you to DJ Williams for sharing his story, which is very emotional, has to do with domestic violence, it's very serious, and that's why we're winning this award, which is not a happy thing, but I think it made an impact, and that's what matters, so. And I have to, well, I have the microphone, my goodness. I have to thank some important people who had an impact in my career. Thank you to the people who gave me a chance. Phil Roble, I know you're not here tonight, but you got me my start in creative services. And Austin Kellerman, who gave me my start in this business. And Mike Vaughn, who gave me a chance and hired me in the position I am in now. I'm so thankful for it. This is what I was meant to do. And thank you to my team, who is the most amazing in this business. You guys rock. Andy, this one's for you, buddy.
And as I mentioned, that was a tie, so winner number 2 would be Anchor Image Campaign, KSHB TV.
All right, cool. First of all, thank you to all my coworkers at KSHB. We have such a fun TV station, and it's an honor to work with you all every single day. Thanks to our creative director, Randy Thurman, our general manager, Brian Bracco, our news director, Carrie Hoffman, and last but not least, it's my mother's birthday, and she's at home watching, so happy birthday, Mom.
Thanks.
The next category is for program promo, single spot or campaign. This is non-news. Dream promo, KCPT. American Graduate Champions Once Films. Make your morning super with Kansas City Live, KSHB. And the Emmy goes to Dream Promo, KCPT.
Thank you so much. Big thank you to KCPT. We have an amazing team there. Huge thank you to Wide Awake Films. Shane and Keith couldn't be here. Jeff, the wonderfully talented Jeff, is here obviously to support us. And big thank you to Chris, Nathaniel, and Tiffany, the dream team. I also have to thank my sister for putting up with me, so huge thank you. Want to say something?
All I say is thank you, Kansas City Arts, Kansas City Film Production Community, KCPT, and Brain Root for making this possible, and I'm really appreciative, and I thank you.
All right, the next category is for program promo, sports. Football Friday night, a Region 8 tradition, KAIT. KC Royals World Series champions, KMBC. And the Emmy goes to KC Royals World Series champions.
I could honestly say this is probably the only promo that was 30 years in the making. So thanks to the Kansas City Royals for an incredibly exciting season. What they did for our city was absolutely incredible. Many thanks to my peers here, some that are with us, Greg, great sound design, Gary Baker, an amazing animator, and then all the folks back at the station who contributed to our project. Thank you so much for this prestigious honor.
And now, the Emmy for Excellence in Community Public Service. single spots or campaigns. United Way of Greater St. Louis, 2015 campaign video, Once Films. Hanging with Mr. Z, 9 Network. What Will You Call Me? Waking Up Films. And the award goes to United Way of Greater St. Louis, 2015 campaign video, Once Films.
Thank you, everyone. A few short years ago, I got into this business with the idea that I wanted to promote the good work that others do. This is a culmination of that good work. It's an honor to be a part of this organization and to share these stories. Thank you, everyone.
And now the nominees for a commercial single spot. Heroes, Scenic Road. My Vianney, Spot Media Production Group. American Eagle Credit Union, Free Checking. And we have a tie in this category. The first winner is Heroes, Scenic Road. All right, and we'll move right along here. I mentioned a tie. The other winner, American Eagle Credit Union, Free Checking.
All right, short and sweet. Thanks to my family for all the support. My wife, Alma, that's for you. And my daughters who are watching this online. So, love you guys.
Hey, we need to thank Hired Gun for getting us on this job. I need to thank the partners at Ruckus, Edgar Phoebus, Michael Hurst, Nick Stroud, for getting me involved too. I'd like to thank everybody here too. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And now the nominees for commercial campaign. Rankin Technical College, Are You Rankin Material? Missouri Division of Tourism Fall Campaign. This is Chiefs Kingdom. My Story 2015 Rams Campaign. And Mercy Kids. And the Emmy goes to Mercy Kids, 90 Degrees West.
We had babies and we had dogs, so we knew we had this one in the bag, we thought, anyway. I always say that it's very rare. God puts together a very special thing not very often. He pulled together unbelievable writing ability in Amy White, unbelievable editing and photography with 90 Degrees West, Brant Hadfield. They did an unbelievable job. Terry Kitzmiller worked very well on production. Just everybody brought it together, and this was a great campaign. We love what we do at Mercy, and it's just an honor to be up here. One last thing, shout out to my boys watching online, and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for my wonderful wife, Tiffany. Thank you all.
And now for the Emmy in Newscast Morning Daytime Markets 50 Plus. Finley River Record Flooding, KY3 TV. Daybreak, KATV. Impact of Charter Bus Crash, KARK, KLRT. And Marriage Equality for All, KARK, KLRT. And we have a tie in this category. The first winner is Finley River Record Flooding, KY3 TV.
First, I would like to congratulate my KY3 colleague, Steve Brandt, on his prestigious award this evening. It's been a privilege to work with you for more than 16 years. Honor and privilege. My news director, Scott Brady. Maria Nider, who anchored this show, she is not here this evening. I actually thought she was at home watching on social media, but she actually sent me a text and said she's camping and drinking some beers. So I hope she's having fun. But congratulations, Maria. My wife, who for all of these years has put up with me stumbling in the middle of the night to make my way into work. I love you. When I thought about this, I wanted to dedicate this Emmy tonight to the people behind the scenes. And
we want to dedicate this to Jeffrey Potts, who we lost last week at KY3. It's a master control operator who, in the middle of the night, was biking to work and was hit by a car, and his funeral's yet to come, and this is for Jeffrey.
Okay, I mentioned there was a tie in this category. So the second Emmy goes to Impact of Charter Bus Crash, KARK, KLRT.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I promised my news director I wouldn't talk very much tonight. Normally that's a problem. This was such a big night for all of us, and we worked really, really hard, and it paid off, and I'm so grateful for our amazing team we have on the mornings, as well as our awesome management. They believe in us every day. Thank you to my mom and dad who paid for college, whoop whoop, paid off. My husband, almost a year, and he made it through 3 years on the morning show, so he deserves an award himself. And, yeah. And we recently lost a very important member of our family, so this is for you, Granddaddy Don. I love you.
All right, and now the nominees for Health Science category for a news single story. A Breath of Fresh Air, KMOV. Sight for the Blind, KY3 TV. Plastic Surgery Tourism, KSDK. Back to Life, KSDK. Breast Milk Online, KMOV. CBD Oil, KCTV. And Never Give Up, KCTV. And the Emmy goes to KMOV, A Breath of Fresh Air.
Unfortunately, I have to be yet another person to come up here tonight and accept an award for a story where someone's life was lost, and all of us who work in this industry know that it's made even a little bit more hard when that person is a child, as was the case with Elias Kassedner. His family was absolutely incredible throughout the whole process, as was he. He received the lung transplant that he so desperately wanted, but a few months passed before he passed away. So this is certainly in his honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the next Emmy is for a Health Science Program Feature Segment. The nominees are Zebrafish, KCPT, and Making Their Mark, Donna Cox, University of Illinois. And the Emmy goes to KCPT Zebrafish.
Dave Simmons, my husband, couldn't be here tonight, but I know he would thank everyone, and he would say science is really cool. So thank you.
All right, and the next Emmy is for Historical Cultural News Story Feature. The nominees are A Family's Honor, KWQC, Peace at Last, Finding Captain Rick Corlins, KMOV, Remembering Airman Paul P. Bessman, KSDK, and a 93-year-old graduate, KSDK. And the Emmy goes to 93-year-old graduate, KSDK.
I know, you're sick of me. Thank you very much, and hi to Brad in Los Angeles.
All right, the next Emmy is for Historic Cultural Program Feature Segment. The nominees are Navajo Horsehair Pottery, HEC TV, and The Blessing Basket, Artisan NU, HEC TV. And the winner is The Blessing Basket, Artisan NU, HEC TV.
Thank you so much. I want to thank the HEC TV creative family, Alita Harris, Impact show producer, Tanya Mason, talented editor, and we all know in this room we couldn't do what we do or tell the stories as we do without the exceptional images of our photographers, right? Cecil Corbett from Spot Media Production Group, you are an amazing talent. Logging your footage is like opening up the anticipated Christmas gift because there's so much to work with. Thank you so much. And Teresa Carrington, many of you know her as Teresa Wilson from News. She can't be with us here tonight because she is literally changing our world. And for all the Blessing Basket artisans, we want to thank you. We want to congratulate you for lifting yourselves out of poverty and keeping your family safe through your talents and through each blessing basket at a time. Thank you. We share this with you. Thank you. Thanks.
All right, the next category is Politics, Government, News Story Program Feature Segment. The nominees are Recovering the Lost, KSDK, Missouri, America's Drugstore, WDAF, Vets Battle Their Own Government, Over Invisible Enemy, KTVI, and Surge in PACs Funnel Corporate Money to Candidates, KARK. And the Emmy goes to Vets Battle Their Own Government, Over Invisible Enemy, KTVI.
Thanks again to my colleague Dave Sharp. I couldn't do it without him. And I really appreciate that this wasn't a sexy or flashy story. It was just important, and I really appreciate the recognition of something important. And thanks to my 18-year-old son, Joseph Hayes, for being with me tonight.
All right, I have a question for you fine folks in the audience tonight. If you're not playing with your phones, I see a few of you. That's all right, so am I. Is anybody feeling groovy? You could play along a little more. I have to read that, so I'll ask again. Is anybody feeling groovy? All right, well, that's good. Thank you. Because our next presenter is star of Branson's 70s music celebration. He is a singer, a dancer, an entertainer with his own role in TV history. Please welcome our guest presenter. He's a legend currently starring in the hit Branson show, The 70s Music Celebration, and a charter member of the Brady Bunch. Greg Brady himself, Mr. Barry Williams.
Howdy. Nice to be here. Very nice to be here. Oh, I have a public service announcement to make. If you are an Emmy winner, your boxes for transporting your Emmy and you don't damage it is right backstage over here. So please go by and pick up your boxes if you've won an Emmy. This is very exciting, Emmy Awards, Midwest Emmy Awards. I want to congratulate all the nominees. I want to congratulate all the winners. I wish I had an Emmy for my mantle. I really do. Who knows, tonight might be the night. Okay, so in the category of classic television, the award for most memorable former child star, and the Emmy goes to, I don't have that envelope. All right, let's just move forward. All right, I tried. Okay, if we could scroll down just a little bit, I can't quite see all of what I'm supposed to talk about, so the other way. All right, scroll up then. Does this start with these are the nominees? Okay, now I know this is probably not a surprise for some of you, but I'm actually going to read this from these pieces of glass as soon as we figure out where we are. The next category, is that me? Here we go. The next category is, no name, I'm just the announcer now. Public Current Community Affairs Program Special. And the nominees are the Heroin Project, Night Owl Productions, Works in Progress, 9 Network, End Violence, STL, KMOV, Inside Pediatrics, Children's. Mercy, Kansas City, A Brighter Future. Episode 1, Season 2, Cool Fire Studios, Inside Pediatrics, Children's Mercy, Kansas City, The Heart of Children's Mercy. Episode 5, Season 2, Cool Fire Studios. And the Emmy goes to No. This is not right. All right. All right, I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to explain what's happened here. I started out here this afternoon. I ran out and did my show, 70s Music Celebration. I cut that show down to be here in time by like 12 minutes. I missed it by 2. They have handed me 7 envelopes here that are not in order. So we're going to get this squared away. I'll be right back with you, and we'll keep this thing moving. I know it's getting late. Have a drink. All right. I am back. Good news or bad news, it depends. I have about 9 envelopes, so I get to be with you for quite a while, which is fun. All right, here we go. I know this is serious business for some of you, so if I can have your attention, the category is the Emmy for an evening newscast in markets 1 through 49. Nominated, December Flooding with KSDK. KMBC 9 News, 10 p.m., KMBC. The 5 p.m. newscast, Historic Flooding Devastates St. Louis, KTVI. 41 Action News, 10 p.m. newscast, 11/3/15, KSHB. Rocked by Resignations, University of Missouri, campus protests prompt leaders to step down, KTVI. The 10 p.m. newscast, KMOV. And the Emmy goes to, and we have it correctly, ladies and gentlemen, the 5 p.m. newscast, Historic Flooding Devastates St. Louis, KTVI, Alicia McPherson. It is correct, but we do have a tie as well. Alicia, you will share this award with 41 Action News, 10 p.m. newscast, 11/3/15, Sean Hirschberg, Maggie Blair, Mike Mario Sares, and Rhiannon Alley.
Thank you to everybody. I'm a producer, so I promise I'll keep this quick. I'd like to thank the 2 rowdy tables in the corner over there for everybody who stayed awake. And also, they need another bottle of white wine, please. I'd like to thank my news director, Audrey, our general manager, Spencer, Susan Brubaker, who's like the captain of my ship right now, my producer sisters who are with me tonight, Becky Wilkie, and Kimberly Young, everybody who worked behind this, and my director, Dan Field, says that if I didn't thank him, he'd never direct another one of my shows ever again. So thank you very much.
So I'm up here and I'm cheating a little bit. Maggie and Sean are the reason that we're winning this award. They do a great job putting together a newscast and getting creative each and every night. So we're excited to accept this award. Thank you.
Okay. So next up, the Emmy for Public Current Community Affairs feature segment, Common Ground. Ask a Farmer for Osborne Bar, Cool Fire Studios, home, St. Louis Rams. And The Emmy goes to home, St. Louis Rams, Sandarvis Duffy. Sandarvis Duffy. They're in LA? All right, well then we congratulate him and the newscast, and we will move on. Okay, the next category is Public Current Community Affairs Program Special. And the nominees are The Heroin Project, Night Owl Productions, Works in Progress, 9 Network, End Violence, STL, KMOV, Inside Pediatrics, Children's. Mercy, Kansas City, A Brighter Future, Episode 1, Season 2, Cool Fire Studios, Inside Pediatrics, Children's. Mercy, Kansas City, The Heart of Children's Mercy, Episode 5, Season 2, Cool Fire Studios. And the Emmy goes to, we have a tie. So the first goes to Inside Pediatrics, Children's Mercy, Kansas City, The Heart of Children's Mercy, Episode 5, Season 2, Cool Fire Studios, Jeff Keane, David Johnson, Steve Lubert, Tim Bretbach, Sue Stanley, Randall L. O'Donnell, PhD, and also 9 Network, Kerm Kircher, Frank Popper, Lori Dowd, and Amy Shaw. Congratulations.
Okay, we all want to say this. This time we can't blame it on Marcia. Thank you, it's for the kids.
Oh my gosh, we're with the Brady Bunch. This is so exciting. So we have to thank our entire team and our filmmaker, Frank Popper. Frank Popper came to us and said, listen, I want to tell the stories of some young people about how their lives intersect in St. Louis. And out of this came an incredible production, Works in Progress, which then out of that came another great national documentary. And so we're very proud and pleased to have such a great team, Jim Kircher, the entire team in St. Louis, our CEO, Jack Galmish, our families who don't see us very much, and all the young people in St. Louis who I just can't say it again enough, that there's incredible opportunities, there's incredible people in St. Louis, and our young people are really fantastic. So I'm flustered. Thank you.
I was just hoping for Eve Plum's number, but maybe later. Thanks.
555-621. All right, congratulations to the winners. Okay, these are the nominees for General Assignment Report, Within 24 Hours, Second Chances, KCTV, A Christmas Miracle, KSHB, Gateway Arch, Open Up at 50, KSDK, Show Me Riders Christmas Gift, KMBC. And the Emmy goes to Show Me Riders Christmas Gift, KMBC TV. Nope, I don't see them, so we will gratefully accept this award on their behalf. Congratulations to them. And now, a general assignment reporting. General assignment reporting. No time limit. Inside the Eugene Ellison case, KARK. Bus driver safety, KCTV. Missouri man serving life sentence for marijuana, now free, KSHB. Caught in a Lie, A Soldier's Tale, WDAF. Divorcing couple battles over custody of frozen embryos, KTVI. And the Emmy goes to Missouri man serving life sentence for marijuana, now free, KSHB.
I just want to say thank you to the man who talked to us, thanked us for the story and helping him, but also we wouldn't have won this without these two photographers here. A great story takes good storytelling, but it takes even better photography and editing, and these two guys are the winners and the reason why. So, do you guys want to talk? No? They're photographers, but they're the reason why. Thanks, guys.
And congratulations. And the nominees in the category of societal concerns, News Single Story Program Feature Segment, Glenn Ford's Story KSLA Shreveport, Louisiana. Dominique Ben, Keeping Ammunition Out of Kids' Hands, WDAF. Body Cameras, KHBS and KHOG. The Cost of Fighting Cancer, KSDK. Pedaling to Stop Pushing, HEC TV. And the Emmy goes to Pedaling to Stop Pushing, Visual Story Group.
Wow, it's an honor to be in this room with so many talented people, and to have told a story such as this. I mean, I'm really choked up to see Keith up on that screen. Bad things happen to good people, and it's a measure of our character how we deal with those things. And this is a guy who has lost his son, and he moves forward every day, and in that he's helping people and he's saving other lives. And it's just a blessing to know him and to have told his story and to have journeyed with William here. It's just an amazing experience. Thanks to my mom and dad for their support. Thanks to HEC TV. Thanks to all of you.
And just a real fast thank you to Ken Calcaterra, who's let me work with him and taught me pretty much everything I know in this industry. Thank you also to Dan Stedman, who's allowed me to work on his feature films in the Midwest. Thank you all.
Tina, aren't you glad you stayed up? Okay, and now the nominees for a news special. That Night in April, KTHV. Jersey Bridgman, The Murder Next Door, KHBS, KHOG. And the Emmy goes to Jersey Bridgman, The Murder Next Door, KHBS, KHOG.
For a youngin' like me, this is a really big deal. Thank you to everyone at 4029. We have an awesome station. We are a little market with some big dreams and some big aspirations. Thank you to all of you guys for your incredible hard work on this story. And an incredibly difficult story it was to tell. So not here today, we have the family of a young girl who was attacked and killed. It was a vicious cycle of abuse. Her killer was abused. Her killer's parents were abused. And so we felt it was really important to tell this story about the cycle of abuse in the hopes of shedding some light on it and maybe one day, helping it to come to a close. So thank you so much.
Okay, and now in my final category for this evening, interestingly enough, once again in classic television, the award for America's Most Reliable Big Brother. And the Emmy goes to... Wait a minute. I don't have that either, so we'll move ahead. First Religion News Story Program Feature Segment Miracle Alice, KFVS, Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Crystal Britt, St. Louis Christian, missionary, killed by Al-Qaeda, terrorists, KTVI. A Mother's Struggle with Family and Faith, KARK. Rick Kistaris, iconographer, HEC TV. The Praying Deputy, KSLA. And the Emmy goes, oh boy. It says we have a tie and I've only got one envelope. So if we could check backstage for who else won, A Mother's Struggle with Family and Faith, KARK, Victoria Price.
I did not prepare anything, but you know what? We'll do it live. It's fine. This story, if you saw the story, was honestly just such an honor. It was such a compelling story to get to tell. So getting to tell that honestly was really the award here. So this is just sort of the icing on the cake. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And the award also goes to, the Emmy Award also goes to KFVS, Cape Girardeau, Missouri for Miracle Alice, Crystal Britt. Is Crystal here? Everyone's going to Los Angeles. Okay, we will accept the award on her behalf gratefully. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, so much for including me tonight. Good luck. Good night.
Barry Williams, everybody. Barry Williams. Wow. All right, here we go. All right, I'm here to present the final group of categories. First, human interest news, single story feature. Healing Inc. Tattoo artist helps breast cancer survivors feel complete. KSHB. Crafting Site, WQAD. True Friendship, KSDK. Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, KMOV. Letters to the Front Lines, KSLA. Officers Go Covert Mission in Ferguson, KSHB. And the Emmy goes to Crafting Site, WQAD, Shane Simmons, Jacob Nice.
Wow. What an honor. This was one of the most unbelievable stories that I've ever told, just to keep it short and sweet, because I feel like I do need to do this guy an honor. He spent 30 years behind bars for a very violent act that he committed when he was very young, and really found faith and rehabilitated himself while in prison. And now he is one of the best obstetricians in Chicago. And this award goes to him and his hard work at becoming a better person, a better version of himself. And I know that we both took a lesson away from this story. So thank you very much. This is a huge honor. Thank you.
Okay, I would still to mention this. If some of your colleagues weren't here tonight, at the end of the program, I'd like you to go to the left and pick up their statue for them, if you wouldn't mind. For a Human Interest Program feature segment, Kurt Warner, Super Bowl champion turns high school coaching, St. Louis Rams. Making their mark, Gene Driscoll, the University of Illinois. Life Waters, HEC TV. And the Emmy goes to making their mark, Gene Driscoll, the University of Illinois.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. First of all, I want to thank, on behalf of our team, we want to thank the University of Illinois, Todd Wilson, Robin Kaler for all their support and always believing in the stories that we tell. We're a very small team. It's just the three of us. We shoot, we edit, we direct, we light. We are a three-man band, so I'm very proud of us. I also want to thank the Big Ten Network for allowing us to put our programs on their network. It's a great honor. Josh London, Tommy Teal, you guys are wonderful. More specifically, Gene Driscoll for being this amazing inspiration and really showing that Paralympic sports work. They inspire people that are ostracized in their own countries for being different. And that makes me think of Raphael and McLean, there's many athletes like them that are locked away in back rooms, ostracized because they're different. They have polio, they use wheelchairs, they're different. So this is definitely for them. And to the DRES program at Illinois for just being the leader in Paralympic sports and always being there on the Paralympic stage. So thank you.
Now for Human Interest Programmer Special, these are your nominees. Impact, HEC TV. Liam's Long Journey Home, KWQC. YMCA Youth University, 24 Frames. And the Emmy goes to Liam's Long Journey Home, KWKC. I guess we'll hold that award for him. Okay, lifestyle program or special. Feast TV, Divine Local Wine, Feast Magazine. Feast TV Barbecue, Feast Magazine. Show Me St. Louis, KSDK. The Emmy goes to Feast TV Barbecue, Feast Magazine, Catherine Nivelle.
Oh, thank you. Oh, this is so much fun. Being able to do Feast TV is amazing because I get to travel around the region and tell incredible stories of people who are makers in the food movement, whether it's barbecue or wine or spirits. It is a real gift, and I am so humbled and so pleased to be able to do it. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our partners in being able to make the show happen, and thank you to Jen, who is a constant support to me. It's a great night. Thanks for everybody. Thank you.
And now the nominees for category of interactivity. Taylor Swift meets Jordan, WDAF. History in the first person. Being an agent, a change agent. Being a change agent. HECTV. The Emmy. History in the first person, being a change agent. HECTV.
Thank you very much. We want to send a special shout out. Jackie wants to send a special shout out to her niece from WDAF TV, Stephanie, who is WDAF, who's also nominated in this category. Congratulations. She's excited to share it with you. Our thanks to HECTV and Dennis Riggs for supporting interactive programming. This was an extraordinary opportunity to highlight students who are part of the Gateway to Change movement in St. Louis, who began to think about what it meant to be a change agent as a result of what happened in Ferguson. And it was just a real pleasure to be able to highlight the work they did. Thanks, everybody, very much.
Okay, finally tonight we have the nominees for the category of News Excellence. KTVI St. Louis, Audrey Prywich. KMOV St. Louis, Brian Tuvino. KSDK St. Louis, Karen Movizian. KSHB Kansas City, Carrie Hoffman. KMBC Kansas City, Sherry Brown. And the Emmy goes to KMOV, Brian Tuvino.
Okay, Brian Tuvino no longer works for us. It's the last one, Tom. Relax. A tremendous team. We just want to say thanks. Thanks to everybody here. Thanks to all. Listen, I just want to say I've been in this business 30 years. Everybody who is nominated is a winner. I hope you understand that. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say, I have never been to Branson, Missouri. One thing I will tell you, I will be back. Listen, this is like an America hidden gem. I do the morning mashup show. I don't know if you listen. Sirius XM. It's one. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hopefully, it's a payday for y'all. Yeah, cha-ching. So, it's a beautiful city. I've been treated with nothing but kindness. I cannot wait to get back on the radio to tell the entire world about Branson, Missouri. I'd like to thank the Board of Governors. I want to thank our announcer in the box, Mr. Bill Clevin. And on the turntables 1, 2, and 3, it's DJ Andrew Mullins. So, is anybody ready for that after party? Are we ready? Hit it! Come on, are we ready?
It goes electric wavy
All right.
when I turn
Cheers,
it on.
Missouri! I love you. I want to thank God. I want to thank Jesus, my friend. I want to thank my mother and my father, my lovely wife Sarah, with my daughter Victoria watching now. Hi, Daddy's coming home. I love y'all. Good night.